Join me as I explore the exciting world of model railways with behind-the-scenes features, step-by-step tutorials, interviews, videos, reviews and much, much more. I'm Dawn Quest and I love building model railways. In today's episode, I'm at the Beckenham and West Wickham Model Rail Show. I talked to Matt Cooper, who's demonstrating one of the more unusual gauges. And of course, I'm here to look at all the stunning layouts. The Beckenham and West Wickham Model Railway Club is located in southeast London. It was founded in 1950 and is an active club promoting all aspects of railway modelling. It has a number of layouts from N gauge up to O gauge. This year its show is in a bigger, brand new, bright and spacious venue, the perfect place to host even more layouts, traders and demos. One layout making its debut on the exhibition circuit was Hazelcombe by Jim McGeechee, a massive O-gauge layout measuring a staggering 52 feet end to end. Hazelcombe is a terminus station on the western region of British Rail. It portrays the diesel hydraulic era in its twilight years, from 1970 to 1977, and really captures the essence of that era, even down to some of the outfits. The running sequence begins with all hydraulic classes in operation, with some maroon coaching stock, and then it moves towards the mid-1970s with universal corporate blue diesels and blue and grey coaching stock. The trains are increasingly hauled by diesel electrics with tops numbers. All the locomotives are DCC, sound fitted, and the points and signals are controlled from a megapoints control panel. Not only was the layout making its debut on the exhibition circuit, Jim tells me it was the very first time the layout had been put together in one piece. I can only imagine the nerves during the setup the night before. What's even more impressive, I think, is the whole layout arrived in just one van. From the massive now to the minute, it was great to see T-gauge being demoed at the show, the world's smallest commercial gauge. Joining me now is Matt Cooper from the Beckenham and West Wickham Model Railway Club, and he's here with T-gauge, the tiny, tiny, tiny little gauge, and it looks fantastic. Matt, tell me more about this layout.
So this is T-gauge. It's a tiniest model railway that you can buy in the world. It is a scale at 450 times smaller than real life. This is made in Japan.
Tell me a little bit about some of the pros and cons of this layout.
So, the biggest pro, as you can see, is size. Not everyone has an infinite amount of space to build their layout in. But the disadvantage is also the size, because as soon as you try to do anything with it, it can be somewhat problematic. You need very tiny hands and steady fingers and a magnifying glass.
Time to take a look at some other layouts now. And this one, the Yard, proved so incredibly popular, it was hard to get close to it. The Yard was built by Martin Coombs to a 7mm scale with track gauges of 32mm and 16.5mm. Richard Standing takes working on his laptop to a whole new level with Where Seagulls Dare, one of the more unusual layouts at the show. From somewhere warmer than here to distinctly cooler climes. This layout is from Stephanie Dearden and is based on a real village in West Yorkshire called Clayton West. The double O gauge layout uses a great many ready-to-use buildings and kits and attempts to portray the last years of the nationalised network with a wide variety of locomotive types and old and new liveries. The layouts definitely kept the crowds happy, as did the refreshments team. Thanks for a wonderful cheese toastie. It was great to see so many children at the show really getting engaged with the layouts. One thing Club Chair Greg Marshall has been instrumental in doing is attracting younger members by getting them to be hands-on running the layouts. Like this young member running Cedar Court Wagon Yard, a double O gauge layout by Tony Rutherford. This layout uses vintage Renthry rail track from the 1950s and 60s and can run any make of vintage trains such as Triang and Trix. I really love this next layout because it's from my neck of the woods, the Kent and East Sussex borders. This is Bletchinghurst, a double O gauge by Steve Fryer. This line was known as a hop pickers line, so the layout contains a small oast house and part of a hop field. From the tranquil Kent countryside to a small rundown branch line terminus in South London. This is Elbow Lane, a 00 gauge by Dave Smith. Trackwork is Pico 100 bullhead, and rolling stock uses hands-free magnetic couplings. This beautiful layout is based on the Southampton docks. It's Canute Road Quay by Graham Muspratt. The trackwork is a mixture of open sleepered and inset track, as seen around the docks and quays, to give some variety to the surfaces. Another 00 gauge, this is Ruffles Road from Alan Turner. The Ruffles Road station is opposite a busy goods yard, making it ideal for any diesel locomotive enthusiast. I especially love the Rover SD1 police car, as seen in many episodes of The Bill. One of the absolute highlights of the show was Selborne, a stunningly picturesque layout created by Julian Everson, chair of the 009 Society. It is, of course, a special year for the Society, their 50th anniversary. The layout is based on the village of Selborne, situated in the Hampshire Downs. In 1900, it was once again being missed out by a new railway line in the area, so Julian has imagined what that railway line would look like if it became a reality. All in all, it was a great day out. I managed to see so many stunning layouts and catch up with some new and familiar faces. And that just left me enough time to pick up some more products for my brief encounter monochrome model railway. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd like, share and of course hit the subscribe button to be notified of all my latest model railway quest videos.